Hey guys, it's Nicole and I'm back, and I just wanted to do a quick video that's more of a video response, and it's about how I organize and store all of my printable learning activities. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so recently I was asked how do I store my activities that I can use for another one of my children as they get older. So say the things that I'm using for my 6-year-old currently, how do I store it? Or the things that I'm currently using for my 4-year-old who's in his second year of preschool, how can I store it and use it for my 3-year-old who's in his first year of preschool currently? So this is what I do, and I know if you've seen my videos about how I store my preschool and organize my preschool learning activities, you've seen these boxes here on the side. And pretty much it's very simple. I just put everything in Ziploc bags and then I store them according to the categories that are on the front of the shoe boxes. For instance, we have the counting and number math bin right there. And pretty much you're going to see activities in this that I have done this year that you've seen in my videos. Count and clip cards that I've shown recently. The fall math counting with the trucks or fall. These candy corn counting cards, as well as other things that I've even used last year and have broken back out. There's even some Christmas trees that we'll be bringing out soon from last year that I've used with my 4-year-old, and now I'll be using it with my 3-year-old this year. So this is how I store the ones that we know we're going to get back to, that we love, that I've laminated, that I've taken the time to prepare. They will be used again. Now the blue and white striped box in the middle, that belongs to my office, and that's where I store a lot of the paper printables that are things that that are reproducible, that I would have to make photocopies of, or things that are more of a one-time use. They're not things that I laminate and make into file folder games or make into hands-on activities. Those are things that I see that I know the kids are actually going to write on, that I would like to save and reproduce for later. So pretty much all I do is I use these organizers. And you've probably seen them all over the place. These things are really easy, really simple to use. And let me show you inside a few of them that I have. So I have 4 of these, and they're all different because these are, I didn't go out and buy them. This is just what I had at my home. Again, saving money. Preschool math printables. I just put a little chalkboard label on there, and I have some of my preschool math printables in here. I have, for instance, the things that I like to put in my 3-year-old's daily learning notebook. This is from Confessions of a Homeschool, so I have all the number parts of that daily learning notebook in there. These sheets, which you will find are familiar because I put them inside of my 3-year-old's workbook every week, depending on what number we're working on, and those go up to 20. So here are all the preschool language arts printables that I keep in here. Let me just show you a couple that you probably have seen before. These that I use often for my 3-year-old's learning notebook every week. I have those in there. And things that I like to reproduce, like this preschool learning assessment. This is the cover page of it for my 4-year-old's preschool learning assessment from last year. And I'm going to recreate this printable again this year for my 3-year-old at the end of the year to see how he's doing with his performance for preschool. I also have one for 1st and 2nd grade, and I have one for 3rd grade. And this one I put 3rd grade lap books because most of it is lap books, but they're not all lap books that are in here. So these are resources I draw from for my 6-year-old. And as you can see, I have this printable for this week that we were working on the shopping list for Thanksgiving dinner. If you're interested in that printable, definitely reference my Thanksgiving activities board on Pinterest, and I'll link that in the description box below. But this is just something that I would tuck away in here if I want to go back and find this resource after we've used it, or if I just want to put all the cards and all the little shopping bag and all the activities that we did with this I will put it right here in my 1st and 2nd grade printables so that I can break it back out again around this time of year for when my 4-year-old is currently ready to do that sort of work. I also have a lot of 3rd grade activities that are mostly workbooks. I found a website called kerclick.com, and I'll definitely link those in that link in the description box below, because I was able to score a crazy amount of learning workbooks even before he even needed to learn the stuff that was in there. And a lot of it was related to what we were learning in classical conversations last year, such as we were talking about the 7 continents, and then we were talking about we were doing human anatomy last year for classical conversations for science. So I was able to break down each part of the human body and have us do little focused lap books on them with kerclick.com. And I got these resources for about 5 cents or 10 cents for an entire lap book about the circulatory system, the reproductive system, the brain, the endocrine system. So this is the amount of space that these printables take up. They take up this much space right here. And if ever I see that things can no longer fit into these accordion style folders, it's time to purge or give away to people who could make use of them. And then finally, whenever I make file folders, I put them in the file folder games bin. I got this bin from Lakeshore Learning. I think they were on sale and discounted, but I think usually they run for about $5 or $6 each. No, $4.99. Price tag is still on there. So usually they come with an additional lid that you can purchase, and you have to pay $2 for the lid. But these are really durable. Guys, I hope this video has been helpful in helping you come up with ideas for how to store resources for your younger children, so that after your older children are done with them, you can keep them and recycle and reuse. I feel like it's very important to take time to keep them in order, so that you don't have to continuously find resources and continuously print. Pinterest is great right now for me because I'm in the early years of homeschooling. My kids are young. So when I find resources for my 6-year-old, my 4-year-old, I want to keep them so I can use it for my last child, for anybody else's kids that I might know that might come up behind them, and just so that I'm not constantly looking for things. I already have them on hand. So these are my recommendations: accordion file folders, shoebox storage for those hands-on activities and put them in Ziploc baggies, and then a simple box for your file folder games that you can keep on your shelf. So I hope you guys have found this video to be helpful, and please share with others. How do you keep your homemade, do-it-yourself homeschool hands-on activities for your other kids who are coming up behind your older kids? How do you store them? How do you make room for them? How do you keep it contained so that it's orderly, and not only that, it doesn't take up too much space in your home, and that's so you can go back and reference them when you need them? How do you do that? Definitely leave a comment in the comment box and help out other homeschool moms. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.